And Paul's in the back, hiding. He's a little frustrated, folks. He's a little frustrated.
He spent his time in the theater in the back too.
Yeah. Some very good parenting. Brought kids to Too Young to a shark movie that eats people.
Kids, they were toddlers.
Yeah,
almost.
that's what I mean. Like barely able to talk. And they brought them to the shark movie and then gave them iPads and said, "Here, just play the iPad while we watch the movie."
Yeah, sit in front of
Strong parenting.
these people.
Strong parenting there.
No, there's a Barbie movie happening.
But they
It's
didn't
nice
take them to
and
that.
colorful.
Well, they don't want to send the wrong message to the children.
That's true.
Yeah,
Good call.
they want to see their kids terrified and screaming that they're being eaten instead. Okay,
So, yeah.
Meg 2. Jason Statham.
Yeah.
And the main doctor, the love interest from the first one, she's not around anymore. She passed away, apparently.
Yeah.
So that now that's why we have him adopting
Her
the young Chinese girl.
kid,
And I'm not sure if she's the same girl or not.
Maybe.
She could be.
Could be. Might be.
Like, she's acting as the same girl, obviously, the daughter.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was the same actress or not.
But continuity of the character anyway.
Yeah. When the saying, "they jumped the shark," which is from Happy Days, is where you get desperate to get better and bigger. They tried to go really bigger and better in this movie and over the top and throw in this drama that really didn't add up a lot of times.
I find that we've gone down this rabbit hole, like the wokeness rabbit hole, so far that they've forgotten now how to do a proper movie. Because I found that every male character was the comic relief, and not necessarily good at comic relief. Like it was all jokey.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You didn't see that?
No.
Well,
everything.
They tried comedy, but what does that have to do with wokeness?
Well, because every male character was an idiot. Like, they were all just idiots, and all the secret plans to run this mine and everything were all run by the women, right? And every guy was an idiot.
And so were the women.
No, not necessarily.
They were the idiots. Look at the idiot. Look at what happens. One gets eaten by
one
the
gets
shark,
eaten, but
and
a
the
lot
other-
of people get eaten.
and the other one gets out of the helicopter while, you go check that out.
Well, and
You go check that out.
she got eaten too.
Okay. Because they don't know what we're talking about, how
Yeah.
about let's talk about the movie, okay?
So I was trying to.
So the movie is...
I don't get any wokeness from this movie.
There's a corporation that's all about exploring under the thermal layer where the megalodons are. And the
Right.
megalodons have to stay down there because they can't come up through the thermal layer.
I like that part.
And so they go down, and then something happens to the ships, and there's conflict, and then they have to survive down there against all odds, and then try to make it back up to the station at the surface. Then, once they're at the station, the bad guys are there, and it's just non-stop action from there to the end.
Yes. And it's always, but it's that kind of action that you're going,
Like,
you know,
it's like a
with-
parody of an action movie.
like, oh, look, this guy just came out that is my ultimate villain that I spent all this time in jail for, that I really want to kill, and he's unconscious on the floor in front of me. I'm going to just take him by the hand and drag him across the floor and just talk to him for a little bit. Like little things like that. If he would have tied him up and then did something, but no, he's not tied up. He just drags him along. It's very scripted. Now, this is a summer action, don't think about it movie. Go in and see action. You're going to see people eaten by sharks, and you're going to see gunfire and kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
That's all this movie is.
No shortage of sharks.
Yeah, but the problem is that it felt like a hodgepodge of action-y things put together for a very long time that I didn't care about, and I was bored and I wanted to leave.
Yeah. That's it.
Like, it was kind of fine when they got trapped underwater. And
The beginning, the first half hour of the movie was entertaining. It was good.
And then it just evolves into, like, hijinks. Like there's two of the sidekick characters that are still on the exploration station up on the surface. and like bad guy SEAL teams come in and try to capture them, and it's all about comedy. Like they're just, it's like
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's all
But it was
everything's like
dumb.
slapstick.
yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything to do with wokeness. That's how they just wrote
No.
the
What
characters.
I said was they've gone so far down the wokeness rabbit hole, they've forgotten how to do a proper movie. That's what I said.
Well, I think even without wokeness, even in the days when woke didn't exist, there were still bad movies.
Yes,
Yeah.
but every single character was just trying to be the comedic relief, and you can't have every character being comedic relief.
True.
Well, go back to the first Meg. This is written pretty much the same as the first one.
No.
Oh yeah.
The first Meg was a decent action film.
And it
This
had a more
was-
serious tone.
This was just boring hijinks.
Apparently, they're not going to give it a very good review.
Well, okay, well, listen. They lost like 5 or 6 of their friends along the way. Dead.
Yes.
And then countless others on the beach. Dead. And at the end of the movie, they're sitting on the beach drinking alcohol, laughing. What a good life.
Made it through another one.
You mean like in the first one, when they're floating in the water after all their friends just got eaten around them and died, and they're cheering that because they survived. You mean
Well, all the good guys in the first one survived.
no? They didn't.
The bad guys.
The
bit
father
dust.
didn't die. Didn't survive.
Okay, yeah, but
the girl didn't survive. The owner didn't survive. There's tons of their friends died in the first one.
Yeah, but they were shifty.
See? Anyway, I went into this movie just looking for shark fighting and jump scares.
Then you
and
got-
that's all I got.
Then you got everything you asked
I
for.
wasn't looking for. Now I admit, way over the top. Like way over the top.
The sharks might as well have not have been in the movie. Like, it was about sharks, and the sharks were the least interesting part of the entire movie. You got to see 3 racing fins as the sharks closed in on wherever they're going, and then you got to see close-ups of chomper teeth that look so animatronic, like you're inside a Disney World attraction.
Well, there was some very poor, like
Yeah.
real model sharks. Like when you're looking from the inside of the shark's mouth, and it's chomping down on people in the water.
Yeah.
Like it's you can tell there's 2 guys on the side
Yeah.
moving the jaws up and down. Like
Now
this.
there were some parts of this movie that I cocked my head and I was like, why is that even in the movie? Like when that one girl was just being carried away by the tide,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the 14-year-old girl is on a surfboard to go and save her. I was like, why is
Yeah.
that even in the movie?
And she's a kilometer away.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and all the
There's
other
no way.
and all the other guys are about 50 feet away on the side, and they're going, "Come here, come
Yeah.
here." There's like 100 guys there. Come here, come here.
And then the moral of her story is sometimes bad things happen and you just have to get involved. That was her learning lesson. That was her lesson.
Yeah.
And I was like, that didn't need to be in there at all.
Well, there was nothing in this script that was surprising. You can't go into this movie saying script
Well,
and storyline.
I was surprised at how bad it was.
And I was surprised that
because-
suddenly
oh.
there was dinosaurs everywhere.
Dinosaurs. And hey, she snuck onto a sub, and they just kept going on the mission. I wonder if bad things are going to happen.
So they ripped a hole in this. What's it called?
The
Thermal
thermal layer?
Whatever thermal. So they ripped a hole in it. So prehistoric things that were living beneath it were able to escape. Now, I guess there's some swimming dinosaurs that can walk. I don't know why they can walk. You can't walk down there. But anyway, they got through this layer, and suddenly the entire world is populated with these dinosaurs because they were everywhere.
Well, on the island that the Meg's headed to
Okay, but
as
there was like 100 of them.
Yeah, and the guys who had guns weren't very good with them.
No.
But if you had a shovel,
Yeah.
you're okay.
So,
Okay, all right. What are you gonna give the movie?
I'll give it a 5.5.
I give it a 6. I'll give it a 6.5. I didn't have a great time, but I mean, it was a movie.
I'll give it a 6. It is exactly what I expected it to be. No more, no less. I didn't expect great acting. I just expect cheese.
And they delivered on that.
I just expected cheese, and that's what I got. Sharks eating people, underwater adventure, and shtick. And that's exactly what I got.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, go with your
But
own
I'm
risk.
not disappointed I saw it.
I am.
I am.
I was more bored than Barbie, and Barbie's going to be a $1 billion movie.
100 other things I could have done.
I paid $17 for this friggin' ticket. Don't go see this in 3D. It's not worth it.
No, but Paul can't go during the day, so we had to go in the evening when they didn't have regular showings.
Didn't even have reclining seats.
Yes, it did.
No, those are broken seats.
Go back, turn on your iPad, and let the rest of us adults watch the movie.
Uh-huh.
Well, I got a call from Paul around 6 o'clock. He said he'd caught a hankering for some movie talk. With a nice cold drink and a little snack food, we can't watch just one, we're gonna have to watch two. Cause I ain't the kind to let my brother watch alone, but I can't turn it off once I turn it on. There's no stopping me once I get going. Popcorn in my hand and that big screen glowing. The tick-tock of cinema clock is like a time bomb. Well, at 10:30 we'll be done the first movie. At 11:45, and we've done seen plenty. Now we're back in the car to get all reviewing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more movie.